In northern China, along the banks of the Yellow River, the first pages of Chinese imperial history begin with the Xia Dynasty. This dynasty, believed to have ruled from around 2070 BCE to 1600 BCE, represents the true beginning of Chinese civilization. Although some historians suggest that parts of its story may be legendary due to the scarcity of early archaeological evidence. Before the emergence of the Xia Dynasty, northern China was home to small communities of hunters and farmers who relied on the Yellow River for their daily lives. This river, despite its natural beauty, was a constant threat, as its devastating floods would destroy crops and inundate villages. From this challenge arose the need for a wise leader capable of organizing human life and controlling nature, thus appearing Yu the Great, a ruler who would become a symbol of intelligence, courage, and dedication to serving his people. Yu the Great was not merely a ruler. He was a man who combined engineering skill with a profound understanding of nature. Legendary accounts tell that he spent many years studying the river's course, constructing canals and irrigation systems to divert floodwaters away from villages and farmland. He did not rely solely on force, but on planning and organization, leading early China into an era of agricultural and social stability. Through these achievements, Yu established the tradition of hereditary rule that would last for thousands of years, with power passing from father to son, providing relative stability to a society otherwise vulnerable to the forces of nature. The Xia Dynasty was not just a ruling family. It was a fully developed political institution. Society was divided into classes, responsibilities were assigned to each group, and local administration was established so that villages and towns were organized around the dynasty's capital. This system not only helped control the land, but laid the foundation for the concept of a centralized state, a principle that would become the cornerstone for subsequent Chinese dynasties. Daily life during the Xia period was closely tied to agriculture and the Yellow River. Farmers cultivated wheat, millet, and barley, relying on irrigation systems established by Yu the Great and later rulers. The dynasty also encouraged the development of handicrafts, pottery, and textiles, contributing to the earliest signs of Chinese civilization. Despite the simplicity of life, social classes were clear, with the ruler and elite holding the most power, while farmers and laborers formed the backbone of the economy. Legends surrounding the Xia dynasty are rich with events and figures. Folktales tell that Yu the Great traveled tirelessly between mountains and rivers, monitoring the waters and solving problems without pause, becoming a symbol of dedication and public service. The people admired Yu not only for his abilities, but also because he avoided corruption and always listened to the needs of the populace, cementing the idea of responsible leadership from the very beginnings of Chinese history. Despite these accomplishments, the Xia dynasty faced significant challenges. Uniting the vast territories under a single authority was difficult, and there was constant conflict with neighboring tribes and with nature itself. Yet the Xia dynasty established the foundations of political and social stability that would serve as a model for later dynasties, such as Shang and Zhou. The transition from the Xia dynasty to the Shang dynasty marked a turning point in Chinese history. The Shang continued what their predecessors had begun, developing a system of writing, building large cities, and strengthening military power. Nevertheless, the importance of the Xia dynasty cannot be overstated. It was the beginning that laid the foundation for civilization and inspired traditional Chinese values such as patience, collective work, and loyalty to wise leadership. Today, looking back at this era, we see how Chinese civilization grew from simple riverside villages into vast empires stretching thousands of kilometers. The story of the Xia dynasty teaches us that beginnings, no matter how humble or historically uncertain, can be the foundation for later greatness. This video is the beginning of a complete series on the history of all Chinese dynasties, where we will explore each dynasty, its rulers, achievements, and the secrets that shaped one of the world's greatest civilizations. We will move from Xia to Shang, then to Zhou, Han, Tang, Song, and ultimately to the dynasties that formed modern China, focusing on how politics, economy, culture, and religion evolved over thousands of years. Through this series, we will meet the figures who shaped history, the battles that determined the fate of empires, and the innovations that influenced the entire world. We will see how ancient Chinese people interacted with nature, established advanced governance systems, and developed social and political values that remain part of Chinese identity today. Discussing the Xia Dynasty is not merely a historical account. It is a journey into the beginnings of human civilization in East Asia, showing how wise leadership, clear vision, and individual effort can leave an impact that lasts for millennia. We hope this introduction has given you a glimpse of the grandeur of Chinese history, and we are excited to explore the remaining dynasties with you in the upcoming episodes of this fascinating historical series.